everyone, and welcome to Love Advice with Lynda. Today I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day and the advice I give to girls whether you're single and dating, engaged or married. This video is going to be jam-packed with information on how you can handle the twists and turns that this day may bring. This is mostly for girls who are struggling with the whole Valentine's Day thing, but even if you think you've got it all worked out, hopefully there are some tips for you that might be some food for thought. So let's begin. Let's start with the one that I think is the most important tip of all if you really want to know how he feels about you. And that is, let him bring up Valentine's Day. Don't you mention a thing about it. I can almost hear the cries of, "What? But I book everything. There will be no Valentine's dinner if I don't organize it." Well, my answer to you is, how do you know? Have you given him the chance to plan it himself? Sometimes men throw their hands in the air because their partner just goes right ahead and starts taking over all the planning. So they get to a point where they say, well, what's the point? She's going to do everything anyway. Let's face it, Valentine's Day is for women, so let him be the gentleman and treat you. Tip number 2 is about letting go and staying calm. Keep control of your emotions and just see what he does. If I've been describing you up to this point, and it's you that seems to make all the preparations for everything in your relationship with your boyfriend or fiance or husband, I suspect too you might be feeling a little bit frustrated in the relationship that he's kind of sitting back. Fiancés, you know how he feels about you. He wants to marry you. And at the moment, Valentine's Day might not be a big priority for him because there's a lot of expenses coming up with the wedding. And husbands, he may or may not take you for dinner this Valentine's Day. If he doesn't, just stay grateful for all the other wonderful things that he brings into your life. As for a boyfriend, the only way you're really going to know how he feels about you is to sit back and do nothing. Not in a pouting or sulking way, but in a calm and measured way. Wait and see what he does. There may be some teething problems as he tries to come to terms with the fact that you're not actually organising something for once. But if those teething problems never go away and he doesn't ever seem to want to plan something special, be it Valentine's Day or any other time, it may be time for you to step back and have a closer look at what's going on in that relationship. Ask yourself the question, is it you that's been carrying this relationship? And if you stop doing everything, is it just fizzling out to nothing? So what do you do if he doesn't plan anything for Valentine's Day? Well, don't call him up in a rage and burst into tears and yell at him about how he obviously doesn't love you because he hasn't planned a dinner. Just take some time out and consider what's going on. Clear thinking is the most effective way to handle things. Losing it with a guy never works out well. The next tip is for single girls who've just met someone new. Don't worry about seeing him on Valentine's Day if it would be your first date. You might say, well, that's crazy. He obviously really likes me if he's asking me out for Valentine's Day. Well, yes, it's a really good sign. But let's not get too carried away. You've only just met, and he has a whole lot of work to do to prove how amazing he is and how much he cares about you. There's no rush. Just politely turn him down by saying, I'd love to, but I'm not free that night. If he's crazy about you, he will ask you again for another night that does work for you, so don't worry. This is all about protecting your heart. Besides, accepting Valentine's Day as a first date is showing way too much interest. A little bit of mystery goes a long way. Likewise, if you've just met someone and he hasn't asked you out for Valentine's Day, don't worry about that either. Men know what a big deal Valentine's Day can be for women, and he may not want to freak you out. Some guys don't want to get too intense too fast. Tip number 4 is all about the gift. What should you give him and how much should you spend? If he's your boyfriend, wait for it. Do not give him a gift. Yep, you heard right. I know it sounds crazy, but here's why. When a guy is absolutely nuts crazy about you, he's so happy just to be taking you out to dinner, buying you flowers or chocolates or jewelry. He doesn't want anything from you other than your graceful presence. It's true. He just wants to be with you. They are different to women. They simply want your time. Don't ruin it by trying to give back equally to what he's given to you. If you do end up getting married someday, you'll be giving plenty then. As for your fiancé, you could get him a card. Husband. Well, I don't get my husband anything because he's told me very clearly he doesn't want anything for Valentine's Day. But if your husband likes that sort of thing, you can get him something small. Again, remember Valentine's Day is about the girl. My final tip is about what to wear. If you have a Valentine's date this year, look like an absolute knockout. Wear a beautiful figure-hugging dress, big hoop or dangling earrings, an elegant necklace, the highest heels you can manage. Blow dry your hair and wear it out, and put lots of effort into your makeup. This is your gift to him. Take the time to look as feminine and glamorous as you can, and he will be proud to have a beautiful woman on his arm for the evening. Well, there you have it, my top 5 tips for Valentine's Day. The key here is to embrace your softness and your femininity. You are more empowered in your relationship if you can embrace these ideas that I've suggested. Don't forget to connect with me on all of my social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and here on YouTube by clicking subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. I will see you very soon for more love advice. Bye for now.